Okay, a little tip I learned from yesterday. So I just added the four wheels to my chassis with the shafts and got them in place, and I'm happy with that. There's a little bit of the shaft sticking into the center of the chassis where I'm going to place the motors or some other gears or whatnot. And when I originally started doing this, I went to insert and I was thinking, all right, I need wheels. And I found the 4-inch components, so I struck that. And I also was looking for axles. I added a 3-inch axle. And I was thinking, all right, I'm going to have to do that 4 times. I get 4 wheels and 4 axles. Um, but I was also disturbed to see that the wheel came in parts. And so one of the first things I figured I was going to need to do is just put this wheel together. And I found that that could actually be done pretty quickly by using a fasten mate. So I looked inside of the green part of the wheel and zoom in to the green part. You can see there are grooves in here, and it's within those grooves that this stuff can fit. So the way I look at it is I want to put a fasten mate between this part and one of these parts right in here. That looks like it worked. Let's hit the check, and there it is. It looks great. So now the wheel is in place. And then the next part, if I grab either part, I should be able to drag this around, get it moving about, was I wanted to add the shaft to it. And the shaft is a little trickier. They were stuck together to find the midpoint of this, but if you kind of play around with that, that looks great right there. So I picked one spot there and then go to my and I picked right in there. Now I have the axle set in place, and I know that I wanted to have some shaft on both ends so that it could go through the metal. So I'm going to offset that connection along the Z, probably an inch, and that looks about right. And then I hit connect. And notice right now it's only showing me the connection between the axle and the inner part of the wheel, and it looks odd because this isn't there, but when you hit the check mark, it all comes back together, which it does. And that's how I created one wheel with a shaft. And then instead of doing that multiple times, if you just highlight the whole object, get all 3 parts, hit copy, and then paste, you get a whole nother setup. It's a nice little way to, just proceed more rapidly in Onshape.